Today's topic is sentence and kinds of sentences. Now, first let us talk what is a sentence. You must have known the definition. A sentence is a group of words with complete sense. A complete sense, it means that it is a group of words which gives you a complete sense that who is the subject, who is the doer, and what action is being done. To understand it more briefly, we can define a sentence in 4 points. What a sentence is? The very first is a sentence should make complete sense. A sentence makes complete sense. It means that it gives you a complete thought. You can also say it gives you a complete thought. Second, it always begins with a capital letter. Third, the words in the sentence must be in proper order. Fourth, a sentence ends with a full stop, a mark of interrogative, or with a exclamatory mark. So when a sentence fulfill all these 4 points, you can say that it is a sentence. When a group of words, when it fulfills all these 4 points, you can say that it is a sentence. One another thing, a sentence should always have a verb, because without a verb, what is a verb? A verb is a action word. So without a verb, you cannot make a sentence. Now let us go with the kinds of sentences. The first is assertive sentence. Assertive sentence, any sentence that makes an assertion or statement. You can say any sentence that makes a statement, it gives information, is called an assertive sentence. She has completed her homework. She is the subject, has completed is the verb, and her homework is the object. Second is interrogative sentence. Any sentence from the word itself you can understand. To interrogate means to ask a question. So any sentence which asks a question is called interrogative sentence, and it ends with a mark of an interrogation. The third one is exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence, it expresses a sudden joy, it expresses a strong feeling. You can say that it expresses a strong feeling. For example, how beautiful the handwriting is. So you are very much happy, you want to show an expression of joy, and for that you will say how beautiful the handwriting is, and it ends with an exclamatory mark. The fourth is imperative sentence. Any sentence that gives you or gives the expression or of an request, suggestion, command, advice will fall under this category. For example, do your homework regularly. Now, one thing I want to tell you, in the imperative sentence, always you will have the subject you, and the subject you is understood. The sentence is always addressed to the second person. For example, if I say, do your homework regularly, I want to say, you should do your homework regularly. Now, let us further understand the 4 kinds of sentences in detail. Assertive sentence. Assertive sentence is further divided into 2 types: affirmative sentence and negative sentence. It is very easy to understand. Affirmative sentence will not have any negative words. Now, which are the negative words? For example, no, none, not, nothing, never, seldom, hardly. They are called the negative words. So, a sentence which contains these negative words is called negative sentence, and which do not contain this negative word, they are called the affirmative sentence. For example, if I use the word hardly, she hardly plays. She hardly plays. It means that she doesn't plays regularly. So it is a negative sense. It gives a negative sense. That's why it is a negative sentence. Now see here the example. We are learning English grammar. We is the subject, are learning is the verb, and English grammar is the object. Here this is the affirmative sentence. The second one, we are not learning Sanskrit grammar. It is a negative sentence because there is one negative word. The second is interrogative sentence which asks a question. This is also further divided into two. The first is WH type. The second is yes no type, and it is also called verbal question. WH type, the questions which start with WH words, which are what, who, when, why, where, how many, how much. Any sentence that gives you a complete statement will fall under this WH type of question. For example, if I say, where is he? You may say, he is in Mumbai. He is in Mumbai. So you will give a complete statement as an answer. So this type of questions are called WH type questions. The second is yes and no type. Yes and no type question starts with helping verbs. Is, actually here it is am. Is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, can, could, shall, should, may, might, do, does, did. Any modal auxiliary, they are also called helping verb. For example, were you absent yesterday? The answer which you give will start either with yes or no. May I help you? Yes or no. Are you okay? Yes or no. So this type of questions are called yes and no type. Clear? The third one is exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence, it expresses the strong feeling or emotions. For example, what a beautiful picture it is. It shows curiosity. What an interesting story. After hearing a story, if it is very interesting, you will express what an interesting story. Means you are happy to hear that story. How nice your handwriting is. If you see at somebody's handwriting and you are quite surprised, you can say how nice your handwriting is. How terrible it was. It shows fear. Generally, the format of exclamatory sentences, when it starts with what, it will have a article and then adjective. And if it starts with how, it will have adjective or adverb. The fourth one is imperative sentence. Imperative sentence, all the request, suggestion, command, advice, such types of sentence will fall under this category, which is called imperative sentence. And already I have told you, it is been understood that the subject will be always you, the second person. For example, obey your elders means I want to say you should obey your elders. Don't move, it is an command. Bring me some water, it is a request. Have a good time, it is a wish. Here again, generally, this is not for all the sentence, but generally most of the sentence will start with a verb if it is positive. For example, obey your elders. Obey is the verb, bring is the verb, here have is the verb. And if it is a negative sentence, it will start with do plus not plus verb. There are other types of imperative sentence also. For example, please shut the door. It is a request. Let us not forget the promise. It is an advice. Okay students, is it clear? So today we have learned what is a sentence and the kinds of sentences.